When you started out, did you ever have to do a lot of crowds that were much older?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Especially when I lived in Idaho. I lived in Idaho for 3 years, and the crowds were super old, really conservative people. And it would just, most of my life was performing to absolute abject silence.
Sure.
Yeah. No heckling, nothing.
I
didn't
wish
even
I
give me
was
a heckle.
there for those days, dude.
I could give you, for the right price, I could send you some videos that would make your skin tingle.
That had to have been so much fun for you to figure out, though.
Well, I think I built up a callus pretty quickly to the idea of comedy. There's two camps. Is it for the audience, or is it for you, or is it something in the middle, right? 3 camps, some would say.
Summer camp.
But summer camp, fat camp.
Yeah.
Camp rock.
Jewish
Fat camp for summer. Yeah.
But in Idaho, I quickly made the determination that it was just for me. So it's okay.
Yeah.
And that's the wrong way to look at it, by the way.
That's so much freedom.
Yeah, I have since come to find a happy medium of you have to have some sort of joke structure. You just have to. It's inherent to the art form. Anyone can go up there and completely freak people out to total silence. And that's what I was doing for years.
Yeah.
As I would go, you guys don't get it. I'm a little worm or whatever. And I would do these long act outs to silence. And then I would go, yeah, I'm basically Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the way, there's like, no, you have to find that medium.
Right.
You know, no one wants to be. That's not cool to freak people out for no reason.
At least you were doing it with like such risky, out of this world material where we were performing to complete silence of like the most generic. Like,
Sure. Yeah.
Where it's like, this should be relatable, and it's getting complete silence. Like
It's
to
gotta be.
to have a 7-minute worm story getting silence in the beginning is a little bit more understandable.
Sure. Where you go?
Especially-
Yeah, they don't get it.
When
yeah.
I'm genuinely talking about my life and people are like, I don't fucking like this guy.
I actually hate who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Like, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you just move to. I mean, it's got to be the craziest thing of like you're probably one of 4 comedians in Idaho at the time at an open mic.
Sure.
And then you go on stage. The guy after you has got to be like, no fucking way, dude.
Are they all like this?
Is this stand-up comedy?
So this next set's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah. It was a lot of that.
Yeah.
So Kill Tony, dude.
Sure.
Give us the long and the skinny of it. I mean, you get on there. You're like, you start to be the opener for it. How stressed are you every week being like, oh my God, a new minute?
Take a sip, please.
Please, a long swig.
Think about it.
And do it like you mean it for once, dude.
Don't lick the lips.
Oh, sister. Oh my God. Starring the Tamara twins.
Great show.
Of course. R.I.P. to that.
Sister.
He's a smart guy. Tia and Tamara.
Yeah.
They were gorgeous.
Yeah.
They meant a lot to me back in
That
the
was
day.
originally the name of this podcast, but then it was taken and
sister.
It was bastardized.
Yeah.
So tragic. Well, I don't do Kill Tony every week. I did it for a really short period last year.
Yeah.
For like 2 months every week. So I've only done it like 12 times. But
Oh wow, that's
so you'd
that's
have
crazy.
to ask Cam or William. So
Yeah.
I don't do it like that.
I don't fucking do Kill Tony anymore.
I don't do
dude.
it like that. Well,
Yeah.
it's just I don't do it every week.
No,
but I would imagine, it's a, and that's what we would have conversations about ad nauseum, me and those guys, is that no one in the world does that. No one in the world is expected to do that except for these 3 people.
It's crazy.
To come up with a new minute every single week.
Yeah.
And then, Tony and Red Band they're not doing a minute. So it's just you guys in this very exclusive company that makes you very open to criticism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're forced to grow. Cam's only done it for like 3 or 4 years, stand-up. So
What?
Holy shit,
yeah, he's
dude.
forced to grow in the public
That's
eye
incredible.
as he's already a savant. He's a genius. He's the wonderkind.
Yeah.
But he's forced to grow in this public eye that a lot of people aren't exposed to. So it's kind of unprecedented territory, yeah.
That's insane.
Being around like bigger comedians, is there like a large intimidation factor? Or are you a little bit kind of like, yeah, that's kind of cool at the nose?
Well, it depends.
Glad you asked that.
It depends on the person, but yeah, I mean, it's something, as with all things in entertainment, it's something you slowly get used to.
Yeah.
And only within the past maybe year have I been able to kind of still do my act or whatever. Like if they're in the room, I'm saying, I guess, like do my act without thinking like, oh, Ron White's back there, or whoever, or Tom Segura is back there.
Do you ever think about that
Yeah.
with Rogan specifically?
When I first started working at the club, oh yeah, every set I did, I was thinking he was in the back of the room.
Yeah.
Like just like, who is this piece
what does
of
that
shit?
do to you when you're on stage doing it? Even if it's just like you don't change your act, but what are you thinking? Are you like, fuck, dude, he's gonna
Well, yeah. Anytime something doesn't hit, you're like, I'm cooked. Yeah. So you're slowly like maybe you start up here and you're slowly like you're collapsing in on yourself. Like as things, your tags don't hit. Even if everything else hits, if a tag doesn't hit, like a throwaway line, you're like, Rogan hates me.
I can't
and then
wait
he's not
till
even
you-
back there. It's like not even in the club,
I can't wait till you're eventually on his podcast and it's just you and him sitting down like, worms are fucking crazy, man. Like that will happen within the year. It's just you and Rogan getting deep in on the worm talk, dude. Yeah, worms are crazy, man.
I can't. I mean, I have that thought. There's guys who have that thought at open mics in New Jersey about like Joe Rogan's gonna hate this. And I was like, I wouldn't stress about that, brother.
Right.
You should be right as rain after this one.
You're quite a far ways away from the mothership, my
you
friend.
should be okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about like the Austin scene is now very popular, but it seems like everybody is a little fancy pants about it. Like, is it comparative to New York and LA? What do you think?
Like fancy pants in what sense? Like they think that is better?
Perhaps. Yeah.
I don't know. Like the past.
How fancy are your pants?
And talk about your pants for once in your life, dude.
For the past calendar year, I haven't been around like I once was. So
I like that you keep specifying that it's a calendar year, calendar minute, calendar day.
the Roman Greco calendar.
Geico, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's great. It's great for stand-up. I will say that there is sometimes there's kind of this I shouldn't talk about it. There's kind of this it's not as silly as like other places. Like I think people would be surprised at the narrative of like, oh, Austin is right-leaning. Most of the comedians in Mothership, like 9 out of 10 are super silly young people doing like alt comedy.
Yeah.
And that's something people don't see until they get kind of behind those doors, because there's no clips being released out of this like media black hole, right?
Right.
So you don't really see what's going on there. Like most of the door guys are super silly, like alternative people. So I think that general perception about Austin is wrong. But at the same time, sometimes I feel like people are in it for the wrong reasons there, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I have a lot of like great friends there and stuff who aren't in it for that reason.
Totally.
Yeah.
But you're going to get that, I guess, just with the explosion.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just comedy in general. Yeah.
It's funny to think that that's right-leaning, and then like Lemaire is there. So the Lemaire like is the most just. He looks like a poster boy for anything but right-leaning.
There we go. We were going to find it.
I love Lemaire. He's the man.
No, I know. I thought you were going to come up with a specific, like, he looks like a poster boy for something, and we were all going to brainstorm
I was
and
dancing
come up
around
with
that. I couldn't stop
I
thinking
miss
about
Lemaze, dude. He was our core, best like Philly guys are all Austin guys now.
Yeah, they left us. They departed us. They were too good. Lemaire, last time he was, I think one of the few times he was in Jersey recently, he took a shit in my apartment that smelled so bad that me and my girlfriend got in a fight. He laughed.
She was like, don't let him poop in here anymore.
Well, she was like, does he have to do it in the main bathroom? And I was like, well, I can't really control that thing. It really was a...
Hey, Lemaire, guest bedroom.
Lemaire, if you're doing dookie time, it's time to go to the guest bedroom. Let's get silly. Let's horse around, dude.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a somersault on stage? And be honest, dude.
I'm sure I have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Open mic stuff, I've definitely tried.
Yeah. What's like one of the more absurd things you've done, like that you can't do on a real stage, like an open mic or back in the day? Any crowd surfing? Any?
I see you jump in the stool constantly, but that seems
There's a
like
lot of stool work.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I used to do sets in character a lot, where I would be like, I guess this is what I was trying to say about Austin, is I seem to be more, my inclination would be as like a UCB person, where I'm like silly character work type, goofy improv type thing, even though I don't do improv.
Yeah.
And then there's not a lot of people like that in Austin. So sometimes it's like trying to find my tribe, right? But yeah, I would do a lot of like, I used to do showcases and I would do 10 minutes as stand-up, and then I would go, all right, I'm going to do a character. And then I would do a character, which is like the worst way to do comedy, because they're like, it's you, right? We just saw you. It's you.
Right.
Yeah, but you made an announcement, to be fair.
You just did one 360 spin. You're like, I am a different guy now.
You go, no, I'm the weatherman. They go, what? I did that for like a long time.
You should have had audience plants of like somebody be like, holy shit, it's the weatherman. It's like, all right, nice. We got him.
No, he's a weatherman. The other guy left.
Yeah. Rain, sleet, stuff like that. Yeah.
So funny.
No, he's talking about clouds now.
Have you found any people trying to copy, like do Casey Rocket styles.
Oh, yeah.
Any Casey babies
Sure,
out there?
these things happen, but it's things that people grow out of, right? I think I used to. We all did that. So, it's a form of flattery, I guess.
Yeah,
I
but
see some stuff
yours
like
has
that.
got to be so funny to see, because there's no denying where you go. I wonder who he's inspired.
I'm
by.
the lobster man.
It's like, well, he's dancing like a crab on stage. You go, I don't know. That might be a tell.
Well, it's this is what I always say about it, is that it hardly works for me. Even when it's
You're
my
like,
crowd.
I dare you to try my style, dude.
Even when it's my crowd, it's a room full of people who bought tickets just to see me. I'm one riff away from losing them at all times.
Yeah.
So it hardly works for me. And when I do showcases to this day, I eat shit all the time.
Yeah.
So if it's not my crowd, I eat shit constantly.
Yeah.
I bombed super bad last week
You
at,
like the danger.
at Moon Tower. Yeah.
Yeah, you riff too close to the sun, and
Yeah.
you get burnt. And
Like
sometimes.
Icarus, Rifferus. So tragic.
Hello, folks. Good to be here.
Just me falling out of the sky. 'Cause I tried to talk about my bones being too long.
Have you ever met a rival riffer that you guys kind of came to maybe fisticuffs almost? Somebody that riffed in the same vein, and you had to take matters into
Yeah,
your own
I
riff?
picture like a Japanese anime cartoon where they just like see each other.
Yeah, you keep thinking about your move in your head, and it gives a dialogue for
Yeah.
the episode.
I've met some people who have messaged me and they go, "Oh, I'm like the riff guy too," and I go, "All right, brother, I'll see you on the court."
Yeah, okay.
And then so I was in Australia, and like 2 weeks ago, and there's a comic from Britain named Kyle Legacy,
Oh dear God!
and he riffed me. He riffed me into a coma.
No way.
He was
fuck outta here.
dude. He fucking stole my wind out of my sails
With the fake accent and everything.
So, yeah, totally. By the way, Kyle Legacy, fake accent.
Yeah,
Call
we
it
know.
legacy.
The jig is up, buddy.
I'm calling it how I see it.
Fake last name. Fake.
Say what you want. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Take it at face value. Okay,
Yeah.
that means something.
This is genuine riffs.
No, but he was like
Genuine.
doing crowd
Of
work,
course.
riffing, and we had been messaging, and I had met him before, and so it was our first show together, and yeah, they had me close out this showcase and this is always a fatal mistake. When it's me headlining a showcase for a crowd of people who don't know who I am, it almost always is total silence. And
Love it.
it's either the show was bad, now the crowd is dead, they're going to continue to be dead, or the show more than likely was red hot,
Yeah.
and they love what they've been seeing for an hour and a half, and
Yeah.
then I get up there and I'm like, no, stop doing that thing. And I'm like, I don't know how.
Yeah.
It's kind of my move. Too.
I don't know how. The only way
Yeah.
I know how to do it is
The hat tip is something different. Dude.
I bomb so hard, but
Oh, that's the best.
it's good for business.